wireless connection. Oh, poor wireless connection. Nobody loves it. Okay. Hey, okay, apparently I have a strong wireless connection now after my poor wireless connection. So, hi everybody. Happy lawyer time. Sunday night, 8 o'clock. What an amazing weekend. Just really fabulous. Had a great time. So, I just broke some Mardi Gras beads, putting them on, and the cat is playing with them, so I may be distracted a little bit. So, there's the one. Oh, this is Toth. Not a broken one, but a good one. Ouch. Hi, how are you? Diana the Happy Lawyer. Let's try that again. Happy Sunday. It was a fabulous sunny day. I spent the whole day on the beach. I didn't even mean to. It was my me time Sunday, which I usually spend watching football, but it was so beautiful. I just took a walk on the beach and I ended up there all week, all day, all week. What am I talking about? I don't know what I'm talking about, but let's figure out what I'm talking about. Tonight I am talking about falling down and getting up. When you are trying new things, you're not going to really know what you're doing, so you're going to probably fall and make mistakes. And you know what? It's okay. It's okay to make mistakes, because the reality is you don't know what you're doing. Shoot. Yeah, I got a cat here that's eating Mardi Gras beads. So, there used to be a thing that somebody used to say to me when I was skiing. When I started skiing, I didn't know how to ski, and I was falling a lot, and I felt bad that I was falling. I'm falling all the time, and what the person said was, well, if you're not falling, then you're not skiing hard enough. Because basically, the idea is, you have to fall. And when you fall, every time you fall, it's not a failure. It's learning how not to do something. So when I was skiing, every time I fell, it was something that was showing me how not to ski, not to bend this way, not to bend that way. So I had to keep getting up and starting over. And it's okay to do that. That's the point, is that you're going to make mistakes when you first start. I've been listening to a lot of Jordan Peterson this week, and he has a great discussion about making mistakes and getting back up. He says he tells his doctoral students to write a bad dissertation. Write a bad dissertation. That's what he tells them, because we all want to start a project, and we all want to be good at it right away. We want to be great. We want to, if you're writing your dissertation, you want it to be great right off the bat, but that's never going to happen. When you're starting something new, you are going to make mistakes. I mean, let's face it, if your first draft of your dissertation is the best it can be, then either you're a genius or you're not, you're not doing the right job, because you can only start something at a lower level and then get better as you progress. So Jordan Peterson said to them, just write anything. Write something as if your life depended on it. Just get words on paper, and then you have something to start with. So it's really a great idea. Just start something. Just get stuff down. And if it's not good, if it's bad, it's okay, because it means you can only get better from there. A lot of people have been talking to me lately about writing a book. Everybody wants to write a book. I want to write a book. But the problem is, all we think about is writing the book. That's like the end of the dream. The end of the goal is to have a written book. But it doesn't just get there. You have to start and start with just a paragraph. And if it stinks, if you don't like it, throw it away. And if you got to start over, if you write all day and you don't like it, throw it away. Start over. Another thing that a lot of people have been talking to me about lately is the whole dieting and losing weight. And hi, everybody. Hi, Ernie. Hi, Miriam. Hi, Annette. Dieting and losing weight. So, how many people start diets and lose some weight, then give up, start again? it's okay. It's okay to start again. It's okay if you fail the first time. It doesn't mean that that's the end, that you're never gonna, try it again. That's it, you're done. Just start over again. I have a weight machine here, and I use it infrequently, on and off, on and off, on and off, but I'm doing it again. I started again. I stopped using the weight machine for a while, and now I'm using it again. So I can just start over. You can always just start over if you make a mistake or if you fail. There's really no failure. It's just progressing towards the improved result. So think about it that way. I mean, some people I've heard people say, oh, I'm a failure, I fail at everything. But it's not that they're failing at everything. It's that they're really getting better at everything. Every time you fail, the next time you try, it's going to be better. It's almost like unavoidable. You're not going to do the same job over where you failed. You're going to do a different job. And if that's a failure, that means it's just another way to modify the next opportunity to do that, the next shot at the goal. So if you have a goal and it keeps dropping and you keep, not being able to attain your goal, don't think of it as failure. Just think of it as something that is a project that you're working on, and get back up and start again. We think about, you ever see a little kid trying to walk, a 2-year-old? Get up and fall, get up and fall. Nobody would tell that 2-year-old after they fell once or twice, oh, you know what, you better give up on that. You're never going to be able to walk because you've already fallen twice. So, it's just not for you. No, you would never say that to a 2-year-old, because that's how you learn. You learn by falling, you learn by failing, and by getting back up. That's the key. The key is to get back up. Now, I'm back in my regular headquarters here, so I've had the opportunity to print up some of my sayings that I like. And since it's football season, Vince Lombardi says, it's not whether you get knocked down, it's whether you get up. I mean, think about that. Football, they get knocked down all the time. If they thought getting knocked down was a failure, they'd never get up and they just walk off the field. So part of getting better and moving towards your goal is getting knocked down, trying something that doesn't work, and then trying it again in a different way that does work. And even if it's piece by piece, don't worry about getting knocked down. You're going to get back up. Confucius, our little friend Confucius. Oh, sorry. Confucius. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. You're going to fall. You're going to start something. If you're starting a business, or if you're, trying to create something in your life that's new and different, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to fall. And that's not so bad. That's not the bad part. The greatest glory is not in never falling, but it's in rising every time we fall. So when you fall, you just have to get back up and try again. And if you think about it, you've probably been doing that your whole life. Trying something, it doesn't work, get back up, try again. I mean, I know I took the bar exam, well, not the bar exam, the SATs. I took the SATs twice. I think I took the LSATs twice because my score wasn't so good. So I took it again, and, I did better. So the first shot out is not always going to be the best shot. Second shot, third shot, fourth shot, it doesn't matter. Even if you've fallen 10 times, even if you've fallen 100 times, you got to keep trying. I think I've mentioned Thomas Edison before, that he tried 1,000 times to make the light bulb. I think in a prior show I said 10,000. It really doesn't matter if it's 1,000 or it's 10,000, because if it was me, I might quit after 20 or 30 or 40 or 50. But Edison kept trying, and they said to him, "What's it like to fail 1,000 times before being successful?" And he said, "I didn't fail 1,000 times. I just figured out 1,000 ways to not make the light bulb." So that's really the attitude that you have to have, is that when you're falling and you're getting back up, it's really just learning from your mistake, learning from something that wasn't successful, and getting back up and doing it again. So Well, you know, I talk about Joe Brown a lot. Here he is, Joe Brown. Joe Brown, Les Brown. I'm tired. I've been on the beach all day. Oh, it's so difficult being on the beach all day. So one of my favorite Les Brown quotes is, if life knocks you down, try to land on your back. Because if you can look up, then you can get up. And if you can get up, then you can stand up. And if you can stand up, then you can fight for your dream once again. Because you have something special and you have greatness within you. So here it is. Falling down, if you fall down, just make sure you're looking up. Because if you look up, you can get up. And if you get up, you can stand up. And if you stand up, you can fight for your dream once again. So don't think about it as something that's difficult. And don't look at yourself in the mirror and say, oh, I can't do that anymore. You know, I can't. I tried it and I can't do it and I'm going to give up. Something interesting that I saw my brother this morning, Stevie GB, was doing Sunday Thoughts with CBGB. And he was telling a story about a woman named Lois that he knew. And she had a picture of a little girl on her desk. And, you know, he said, oh, who is that? Is that your niece or your granddaughter or something like that? And she said, no, that's me as a little girl. And he said, why do you have a picture of a little girl on your desk? And she said, because anytime I feel like I can't do something or I'm failing at something and I get discouraged, I look at that picture and I say, would I tell the little girl in that picture that she can't do this? Would I tell her to give up? Or would I tell her to keep trying because she can do anything? So on that note, give me 1 second. Here's a little picture of me. I don't know if it will come in clearly. Oh, little Diana. Little Diana face. Look at that hairdo. This is a picture of me that I have around. It's one of my favorite dresses from when I was a kid. So I'm going to keep this picture. It's out anyway, but I'm going to keep it on my computer. And if I get discouraged, I'm going to say, would I tell this little girl to give up? Would I tell this little girl that she can't do anything? No. This little girl can do anything she puts her mind to. And she can, even if she makes a mistake and has to start over again, she can still do anything she wants. So there you go. It's a little tiny picture of me. I love the little picture. So I think this is an amazing idea. I think it's a great idea to take a picture of yourself and put it on your computer, on your desk, wherever it is that you're trying to create stuff. And if you fail or if something goes wrong, you just say, you know, would I tell this little girl that she can't do it? No, I never would. I would never say to this little girl, you can't do that. And then just know that that little girl is just you as an adult. And then you can look at yourself as an adult and say, you know what? I'm not going to tell myself that I can't do it. If I wouldn't tell myself as a little kid that I couldn't do something, then I wouldn't tell myself as an adult that I can't do something. So you will be really just encouraging yourself in that childlike mind. I've mentioned this before. Think like a child. Because children think that they can do anything until someone tells them that they can't. And if you think, and think big. Kids always think big. That's the other thing. Jordan Peterson this week was talking about the jester precedes the savior, the fool, or the fool precedes the savior. That when you start something new, you're not going to be good at it. You are going to make mistakes. And you're going to have to risk looking foolish when you're starting something new until you grow into the person that is able to do that thing. And whatever it is, whatever you're dreaming of. I mean, do you think that, Gianni Versace, the famous fashion designer, did he start by making his best work when he was first starting out as a designer? No. He probably might have been laughed out of the dressmaker store saying, this is ridiculous, get out of here. Or any of the great chefs, Emeril Lagasse or Paul Prudhomme, the great New Orleans chefs. that I love. Did they start with their best stuff? No. They had to learn, they had to make mistakes, and they had to proceed. Any of our famous, musicians, Eddie Van Halen, I told about a story where he, broke his leg when he was a kid, and he was stuck in bed, and somebody gave him a guitar, and he started playing with the guitar. He probably didn't even think that it was, going to amount to whatever it did. But when he first started playing, I'm sure he was not, Eddie Van Halen that we know now. Any of the people that are succeeding in their dreams now, when they first started out, they might not have been too good at it, and they might have made mistakes, and they might have fallen, and that's okay. And that's what I'm here to let you know, that it's okay to fall. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to, slow down. I have a problem with procrastination because I have so many things to do in my life in a day that sometimes I just don't want to do anything. Like, you have a list of things to do and it's like, ugh, I don't want to do any of it. Or you do something else instead of what you want to do towards your goal. I should be writing. I definitely should be writing more. There's no doubt about it. And I'm a good writer and I enjoy writing. But I always think like, oh, before I write, I have to clean the desk, or I have to, get some laundry in, or, read a little, or take a walk, or whatever. So sometimes my procrastination is not even that I just don't want to sit down and write. It's that I'm doing other things. And that's a form of procrastination also. And it's okay, because it means maybe that you're not ready to approach that project just yet. So Tony Robbins had a great line that I liked. Somebody said to him, Tony, what do you do about procrastination? And his answer was, oh, procrastination, I just put it off. And I thought that was a great thing. And whenever I realize I'm procrastinating, I try to just say, you know what, let me just put this off and go do what I really should be doing. Writing, outlining, seminar ideas, anything. Tonight I actually did an outline. I hadn't done an outline in a while because I've been on the fly. I've been running around and just doing my show from wherever I'm standing at 8 o'clock on a Sunday night. And today I did an outline, and in fact it is in the other room. So after all of that, doing a little bit of work to get ready for the show tonight, I realized that I'm sitting here and it's not with me, it's in the other room. So I'm basically just trying to, remember what I wrote down. So is that a mistake? Yeah, it's a little bit of a mistake. Is it going to stop me from going forward with the show? No, I'm going to go forward with the show. And, it's something that I'll just have to, just try better next time. Get my notes, set up a little better system here so that my notes are always right next to me. And I have a system here where I have a lot of stuff. I got my, our meditation head. And I don't see my magnets, but we don't have a lot of magnetic talk tonight. But it's something that nothing is going to be perfect ever. I don't think anything's ever going to be perfect. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being imperfect. And you should be too, because really there is nothing that's perfect. Everything is always going to be able to be improved upon. And that's a good thing, because it leaves you room for growth. It leaves you room to express yourself in a different way. I've talked about Tom Brady. What some people think he's the greatest quarterback there ever was. But he started out in baseball. He went out for baseball in college, and he didn't do too good at it. And then he went out for football. It was his second thing. So guess what? It's a good thing he failed at baseball, because if he didn't fail at baseball, he might not have been the great quarterback that we know he is today. Also, I think Michael Jordan was told that he couldn't play basketball. He was not that good. Michael Jordan was not a good basketball player when he started. And he was like, you know what? I really want to play basketball. And he practiced and practiced and practiced. And he got a coach. And he helped him out. And he, sharpened up his game until he went back the next year. And they took him on the team. Now, was he the greatest player on the team at that time? Probably not. But, as time went on, even when he made mistakes, even when he, was, dropping the ball or missing the shots, he was still perfecting his game. Because every time you miss your mark, the next time you try for the mark, you're going to do it a little differently, and you're going to get a little closer. And if you don't hit the mark the second time or third time or fourth time, every time you do it, you're going to get a little better, a little sharper. You're going to learn from the mistakes and from the, I don't want to call them failures. I don't even like that word failure. But if you're falling down on your goal, just get up and start again. Get up and, if you ate pizza last night, you weren't supposed to on your diet, get up and start again. And don't eat pizza today. If you're dealing with any of the alcohol addictions, drug addictions, and you flounder, fall off the wagon, whatever the term you like to use, just get up and start again the next day. If you're exercising and you're not doing it every day, just get up and start again. If you're writing a book and you didn't like the way it came out, don't give up. Don't give up. That's the key. If it's something that you have a desire in your heart and in your mind, then just keep going at it, because this is, what do they say? If it's worth doing right. My father used to say anything worth doing is worth doing right. But that doesn't mean that it's going to come out right the first time. So don't lose confidence in yourself. If it's not coming out the way you think it should first time around, it doesn't mean that it'll never come out right. It just means that you're learning. And when I was a young lawyer, I'm sure my depositions were not that good. Well, I'm sure they were good. Now they're great. But I've been doing it for so long, I don't even do depositions anymore because I'm past it. I've attained that goal, doing depositions, and then I was doing trials. And then after doing trials, I went on to do the per diem stuff, and I'm very good at all of those things. But I didn't start out being very good at all of those things. It was something that you build up and you learn. And whatever you're doing in your life, if you're another good example is a golf game. Golfers, nobody gets on the green and is great first time out. You have to practice and you have to make mistakes. And also a coach. A lot of Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods has a golf coach. He is the best golfer. I think he's still considered the best golfer around. And he still has a coach who watches him all the time and even videotapes. And then later on they look and his coach will tell him, do this, do that. So he has a second person that's standing with him that's helping him out to teach him how to get better. So don't feel like you have to do stuff on your own. Ask other people's opinions. This week and last week I got back together with my my mastermind group, the Epic Union group of people. And you know what? It was really amazing to be with a group of people that, are all trying to meet their goals. And guess what? In a year's time that we've been talking and we lost track of each other for months and months, but in a year's time, most of us have stumbled and fallen away from our goal. But then when we started talking to each other, and it was kind of interesting to realize that all of us had, we came out of the Matrix, which was a motivational personal development seminar, and we were all like gung-ho, like you're going to rule the world. Ah! And then, other things get in the way. Life gets in the way, kids, family, other things that will take you away from your goal. And all of us were what we call behind on our goals. But I don't think it's behind. I think it's just the learning process. It's just the incubation period of your dream. You're not going to be able to just show up on the scene and be top of the pops. You're going to have to work towards it and get better. A little better every time, a little better every time, a little better every time until you're, great. And, even if you start out great, you can get greater. And you can learn more and you can try different things. And if you are doing something and you succeed at it and you're doing great, then feel like doing something else, move on to something more challenging, because it's in the challenging times that we grow. It's when we're challenged. That's what evolution's about. You're challenged, you grow. If you're not challenged, just stay where you are. You do nothing. So take on a new challenge. And or an old challenge. Either way, if it's a new challenge or an old challenge that you're trying to succeed at, if you're still not succeeding at it, if you're falling and stumbling at your goal, don't give up. Just get up and start again. Because that's the more important thing. Vince Lombardi and Confucius. These guys can't be wrong. Confucius can't be wrong. And Vince Lombardi can't be wrong in football season. It's not about falling. It's about getting up. And it's about looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, yeah, you know what? Don't give up. Don't give up because you can do it. And here you go. Here you go, little Diana. Here you go, little Diana. Don't give up. Don't give up. You can do it. You can do it, Diana. I have faith in you. I have confidence in you. I know that you can do anything you want if you put your mind to it. So don't give up. And if it's taking longer than you expected, that's okay. Just keep going. Because sometimes things take longer than you expect. And it doesn't mean that you should give up or stop trying. It just means just keep trying. And you'll get closer and closer and closer to your goal until you're finally there at your goal. There's my little face. Shoot. I wish it would come in clearer. I guess I got to be further away. There I am. I look a little bit... I don't know if I can't do that hairdo. That was like some weird bouffant hairdo from the 60s. So get a little picture of yourself as a kid and put it on your desk. And anytime you feel down and you feel like you're not accomplishing your dreams, look at that little picture on that. Ask yourself if you would tell that child that they couldn't do it. And chances are you wouldn't. Chances are you would encourage that child. And that child is you. So don't forget that. And just because, things get in the way. Life, family, job, whatever it is, gets in the way. So it's okay. That little child doesn't have all of those things. Doesn't have bills. Doesn't have... That child just has dreams. So be like that child when you're thinking about your dreams. And don't let the other things get in the way. Deal with them. Deal with whatever you have. Make some time for yourself. Make some space for yourself to work on your dreams. And if you doesn't come out right the first time or second time, if you fail, if you fall, if you stop, if you don't do it for weeks or months at a time, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't just start up again and head towards your dreams. Because if you feel it in your heart, if it's really a desire for your heart, if it's really your passion in life, that you should be doing that and not something else. I met a guy today who's cutting hair. He's really a really very interesting person. And you could tell he has I told him he had a star quality. And he really does. And he's getting close. He gets close and close. And, a lot of coincidental things happen. And he gets close. And every time he gets close and it doesn't work out, it only means that the next time could be the time where he is right on target with being, I think he should be like the hair cutter to the stars, honestly. That's what he seemed like to me. He seemed like he should be in Hollywood cutting hair. But that's just my impression. So it doesn't matter what my impression is. It only matters what his impression is. He has to believe that he's going to be hair cutter to the stars. And I think he does believe it. But like everybody else, we get off track. We don't understand, why it doesn't happen fast enough. And we think, well, if it didn't happen fast enough, then maybe it's not supposed to happen. That's not it. If you still feel it in your heart, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. With the Mardi Gras beads over your heart. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. As a woman thinketh, as any person thinketh in their heart, so are they. And that's where you should concentrate. Focus on what's in your heart and follow your dreams. And don't let anybody get in your way. And if you make a mistake and fall, just get up and start again. There's no shame in it. And that is really the true victory of saying, you know what, it didn't work out that time, but I really believe in it, and so I'm going to start again. So that's definitely what you should do. I'm going to sign off. It's actually, the Saints are playing tonight, and I'm 10 minutes into the Saints game. So I didn't even cut off my show to watch the Saints game. So, and then we know where my desire and heart is. It's in the show. So Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next Sunday night at 8 o'clock. And until then, if you fall, just get right back up and start over again. Okay? And I love you all, and love is all you need. Thank you. Bye. Have a great week.